Good morning, good afternoon, grand rising, whatever time it is you're hearing this message. I greet you and pray that you are in the best of circumstances possible for you in this moment, that your spirits are lifted, and that no matter what, you are determined to live a fulfilling life of bliss, peace, and harmony, and joy and love. And that if you are not experiencing those things, that you know that you have the power to call them in and create them. I'm Ashley. I am the creator of this channel, Your Light and Darkness. And I wanted to come on today just to give you some encouragement to know that all is well. I know that it may not seem that way externally, but we have the beautiful power and capability within to flip the switch of our perspective so that we can begin to walk and see and know and experience whatever it is our heart's desires. That's not just for one person, that's for all. And so right now, I want you to take a moment to really get clear and real with yourself on what it is you want, and to know that the experiences you've had up until this time have helped you to create what you desire. I say that not just from something I've read, something I've seen. What I tell you and teach you and encourage you with on my channel is from personal life experience. When I look back, I know that my entire life has been a journey to get to this place. So, in essence, I've always been on a spiritual path, and I believe that for each of us that finds themselves here in a place of beginning to see and be aware of life in a different way. Not everyone is, but those that stumble across this teaching of mine, my channel, and many others out there, you were called to this because not everyone has this awareness. Not everyone has this experience. And so if you're listening to me, it is meant to be. This is not something you find on accident. This is something that is placed along your path because it's time. You're ready for this. I think back to how my life changed many, many years ago, and I didn't know what was happening. I learned about this way of life and the laws, the universal laws, way back in 2008. It was 2006, 2008. And I was first introduced to a radio host who they've turned his teachings into books as well, or he may have written them. Earl Nightingale. If you go on YouTube, you can find his audio, The Strangest Secret. And that was my introduction to this. I was on a hair care forum actually, and it had sub forums, and they were talking about the law of attraction, and it piqued my curiosity. But that was the first planting of the seed for me because at that time I read it and was like, okay, and tried it a little bit, but it wasn't time yet. I had more life to live and experience before fully being thrust into this reality. And so along my path, different occurrences began to happen. My dreams began to be stronger. I knew from a young age that my dreams were powerful and that often the things I dreamt, I would then see them in my 3D reality happening. I just didn't understand them that way at that time. And then a lot more life experiences. Oh, seeing things in personal relationships, experiencing so many ups and downs, tumultuous trauma, and really getting a real glimpse at the lower side of life. Around 2011 and 12, when my children were born, I began to see different shifts, and then a huge shift happened in my life, in my marriage. And around the time of that, I began really getting into near death experiences. And I would be like, why am I doing this? And then I realized why. It was because I would have a brush with one, not myself, but my spouse at the time. And after that, and learning a lot about my astrological placements, around that time, it was my Saturn return. They happen every 30 years. And things just unraveled. But looking back, I know that my life unraveled so that it could be put together again. And I want you to know that if you're experiencing that life unraveling right now, I know it's challenging, but truly, you are experiencing an undoing so that you can be recreated in the form and the substance that you desire. In our early life, we go through and do as we are told and we're taught, not knowing that we are simply doing and operating in someone else's way of thinking and believing. You might hear that also called in someone else's programming. But as we grow older and wiser and come into this way of understanding, you will learn that you have complete power and control over how your life flows, no one else. And so I want you to, this morning, this afternoon, this rising, whatever terms you use, I want you to know that everything is working out for your good. Everything is working out for your good. If you just begin to speak and declare and be grateful for the things that are working good, and grateful for the lessons and for what you have and what is to come, I promise you that you'll begin to see shifts in your circumstances. Begin to speak over your life. Affirm, I am grateful that I woke up this morning. I am so happy and grateful for my bed that keeps me stable, secure, and warm as I rest and recharge my energy. I am so grateful for all that I have been blessed with. You have a myriad of things to be grateful for. And I know that it's so easy to focus on what is not working, what is not going right. But if you focus on that, you will see more of that and experience more of that. So it's time for you to shift. Begin to focus on what is going right. Begin to affirm those things that you desire that they may not be in your 3D view yet. But as you begin to see them in your mind's eye and speak them and create them, they will show up in the 3D view. So I want you to know everything is working out for your good. You have the power to change what you don't want in your experience anymore because you are a co-creator with the universe. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for being here. I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for all of my listeners. Wherever you're coming to me from, I'm thankful. Send me an email. Let me know where you're listening to me from. You can email me at alightindarknessforyou@gmail.com. That email address is in the description box below, along with all of the ways that you can work with me, that you can stay in touch with me, that you can purchase any of my classes or services. Thank you so much for being here, for allowing me to serve you. And until we speak again, take good care of yourself.